Hi, I'm Evaleen from Awesome Training, and I am on part 11 now of our series, our Neuro-affirming social skills series. If you're joining us and you want to maybe look back over the series, they're all on YouTube, so you can maybe go have a look at them there and come join us live then as well. So these books are available on our website for in printed or for digital download. But if you don't have books, that's okay. You can follow along anyway and learn some really useful helps and tips. So we're still on book 2. So we did a lovely exercise last week on our communication. Let me know how it went for you. Let me know in the comments. I would absolutely love some feedback on it. Today we're going to talk about the tough one. I'm going to do some exercise around teamwork. Teamwork is a big one, isn't it, for all of us? And some people are, better at working in teams than others. Some of us work really well alone. Me personally, I like a mix. I like to parallel play. I like to work with people sometimes, and I like to work on my own sometimes. Working with people all the time would probably exhaust me. But again, it depends on the people. Absolutely that makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Who the people are and how the team works and all of that. But I do like working on my own, and some people would hate to work on their own and love being part of a team. But I loved working with children. I worked with kids for about 20 years, and I absolutely loved when they were doing group work, because you could kind of see like nearly the natural leaders and the different dynamics in a group and how people work together, and it was absolutely lovely. So teamwork is a biggie, and as you can see, we're covering topics that are helpful to everyone, really. We could all probably work on some of these skills. But this is another one that you could do in a group. And we're talking about really helping kids to work together. Okay. Now, in case you don't know, my background is I was a speech and drama teacher. So teamwork, working together, all of that stuff is a big part, obviously, of putting on something if you're working as a group in drama or as a class. So I'm going to use actually an improv game for this, which is really good for helping people to accept something maybe that they don't want to accept. It's called Yes and Let's, and maybe you're familiar with this. It's a really popular improv game. So basically what you can do is put kids into pairs or into groups, or if you're doing this on your own with the child, you can be obviously partner up with them. Yes and let's is the most important sentence here, and you gotta say it with gusto, really excited about the person's idea. Yes and let's. Now that's how I would say it. Someone else who's excited might say it in a different way. And it's important we remember that, because we're talking about neuro-affirming communication, and excited doesn't always look like this. So, and that's how I would do it. So basically, we're going to build a story one sentence at a time. We can do that with 2 people or more. Each sentence begins with yes and let's. Each sentence must refer to one statement from the previous sentence. So for example, person A says, let's go to the beach. And then the next person says, yes, and let's build some sandcastles. And then the next person, whether it's A or C, says, yes, and let's get our new buckets out. And then the next person says, yes, and let's find our shovels that we lost in the shed last year. Yes, and let's be careful that we don't cut our hands on those nails in the shed while we're looking for the spades. Yes, and let's whatever. And it continues, and we build a story. And I suppose it's important to build a story that each sentence is related to the previous sentence, that it's not like, let's go to the beach. Yes, and let's go to the moon. Yes, and because then it just doesn't have any kind of coherence. It's not really a story. So just that's the only thing really that you need to keep an eye on. But it's a beautiful game to play. And yes, and let's just, accept what the other person is saying to you. Because working in groups is difficult. And I know as a teacher, when you put kids into groups, sometimes you'd be, I say, come up with an idea for maybe making up a scene or something. And I'd say, come up with an idea. And I'd have, 2 kids come up to me going, well, I want to do this, and he wants to do this. And then I'm like, right, well, how can we put these ideas together, maybe? And you know what? Sometimes it would actually just really work. They'd put the 2 ideas that didn't really fit together and come up with this really imaginative thing in the end. So like, yeah, it helps people, I think, get over that barrier. It's like, well, if you accept their idea and you accept their idea, what if you put them together? What kind of thing would you come up with? And then they get all excited and then they go off and make up something really cool. So I'm a huge fan of this exercise, and like, yes, it's, you know, for drama and improv and how to build successful scenes and successful stories. You can use it to help people to work together and accept each other's ideas. And what a wonderful activity it is. So, as I said, thank you so much for joining me. And if you're using these books and you're wondering like what next or is there other stuff, do check out our Get Connected course as well, you know, which expands on all of this. It's a 5-day course, so we spend a lot of time explaining the social experiences of autistic kids. And then we move on to, you know, supporting you if you're a professional working with autistic kids to develop your own resources tailor-made to the client that's in front of you. Because yeah, or, you know, I love writing my books, but I am writing for a general audience, you know, whereas you're going to have someone with specific needs, and, you know, you find, I'm sure, some ideas in the books, but if you want to find even more and have confidence in developing your own neuro-affirming resources, do check out our Get Connected course on awesometraining.com. So again, let me know how you're getting on. If you have any questions, pop them below and we'll get back to them soon. Thanks a million. Cheers. Bye.